Okay, welcome back to the Sunderland View. And the last time Stoke City trotted up to the Stadium of Light, they scored 5 goals and left very happy. Let's see if it's going to happen again this weekend. We are joined by Sunderland fan Jack. Good evening, Jack.
Good evening, Mark.
And here to give the Stoke view on everything, it's our Stoke expert Liam. Good evening, Liam.
Evening, Mark.
Jack, where shall we start with that whole game? Let's start with just how bad Sunderland were. As a neutral, it's not going to last long in the memory. I've not seen Sunderland pass sideways as much as I watched in that 90 minutes. I'd love to know the stats on it. I'm pretty sure I saw more sideways passes in that game than I've seen in all the other Sunderland games I've watched live on TV. Is this the new Sunderland?
Well, as I say, I feel bad for any neutral that wasted the Friday night watching that, but I was tearing my hair out. It was really, really hard watch. But I think the new Sunderland, we started to see it a bit at the end of Mowbray's tenure, but it's really coming out now. The new Sunderland is pass it sideways till you can find an opening to give it to Jack Clarke. And if Jack Clarke doesn't do anything, we're not going to score a goal. It's quite simple, to be honest with you. So if you double up on Jack Clarke, you'll be fine. You're probably not going to concede to Sunderland. That's just the way it is at the minute. It's a really, really frustrating watch because I thought we started relatively well. Like there's couple decent patterns of play. We were breaking through them, but then as soon as we got up there, it's like we got on a counter attack or a nice attack broke through them, and we were like all the Ryanair flights last night, just turning around, just not even going for them at all. It was weird. I don't get, like, it feels like we've lost the free flowing attacking football that we once had, and we're a totally negative team now, and we've got the footballers to be an attacking team. I don't get it.
It was slow, wasn't it, for me? It was slow, it was negative, and Hull are on a bad run. Okay, they've had odd good result, but there's a team that was there for the taking. A team that less than 20 days ago you'd actually beaten at their place, and yet there wasn't that same drive, there wasn't the same belief in the players. Do you think this bealeout that we're seeing trending on Twitter at random times is now in the players' heads?
It could well be. I think we started a bit of fear for him. Obviously, we beat Hull, beat Preston New Day, started to build up a bit, but yeah, it's just lost them. He's 7 games into his tenure and he's lost them. I mean, God knows what the players also it's going about the players. I mean, a lot of it's probably a lot of rubbish, but surely they're going to see this sort of stuff. Like, this is absolutely massive on social media. Hashtag bealeout, got up to 4th on the trending charts. It's just a horrible time to be a Sunderland fan, a Sunderland player, anyone involved with Sunderland, because so much negativity surrounding the club. As soon as the goal went in on Friday night, I mean, sacked in the morning, we want bealeout. Horrible, horrible place to be at the minute.
How has this happened so suddenly? So forgive the neutral here, because this must be the world record for a manager coming in and then to hear this chance. I mean, it was Liverpool Bournemouth at the weekend, and you expect Twitter to be trending with Bournemouth and Liverpool stuff, and they're smack bang in the middle of it all, bealeout, and that was trending Sunday night. It's been trending Monday as well. Has he been that bad?
Yeah, it's hard to say that he hasn't. I mean, he's won 2 games in his 7. This is the thing, we had Mowbray and we thought, we were a bit of a split decision. Few people wanted him, a few people thought it was the wrong decision to sack him. But you could understand it if you were going to bring in someone who was going to progress us, but we've literally gone backwards. It's the wildest appointment. They lost as soon as they appointed him, really, because the reaction to that was horrendous as well. And at the moment, we're being proved right, because he's lost us. The football's awful. Like, you've got these young, expressive players, and they're just being limited. Tactics are awful. The subs are awful. I mean, Abdullah Bar against Ipswich, a really good performance, set up our only goal, pretty much created it himself.
Yeah.
But is then benched against Hull. Why? But that's your reward. You get 10 minutes at the end to try and do something. And he actually looked quite dangerous when he come on as well. The decisions are crazy. I can't get my head around it at all. Horrendous appointment, but I
What?
can't see them doing anything about it.
Well, this is the question now. Where does he go now? Because he's stuck. You can't sack a manager after 8 games, can you? Unless Stoke 5, Sunderland 1 is another scoreline.
I think Stoke might beat that this weekend. To be honest with you. Seriously, it's. I don't know. I can't see him sacking him because I think the owners. I don't think they've got the nuts for us. I really, really don't. I think they'll be too scared to do that so early. When they've given them a 3.5, 4 year contract, they're not going to go back on the word. They believe in the whole thing. Is they believe in time. They believe people can turn around. They believe in progression. They can't do that. They can't admit they were wrong this early. I can't see it all. All this bailout stuff, like it's no good for me because I just don't think it's going to get us anywhere. As much as we all want it, it's not going to get us anywhere.
All right, let's get cheers for that, Jack. Let's get a word from Liam then. Liam, do you have any sympathy for Sunderland fans right now?
I don't see not sympathy because they're still in a better position than we are. I mean, it's looking at the either side of the table. You know, Steven Schumacher's come in for what? Also, only won 2 of his first 7 games, and we're over the moon. But like I say, different end of the spectrum. I think the problem they had with Sunderland was just everybody, even as neutrals, you saw Mowbray get sacked, and we all thought they're going to get a really top tier manager. That's what everyone thought. You know, they're on an upward trajectory. That's the only way you could see it. And then when McBeal came in, everyone kind of went, okay, where's that come from? So not sympathy, but I can see where they're coming from to a degree. 7 games is a short period of time, but I think there's only so many times you're going to get a chance to go up out of the Championship. And if you've got to try and keep that momentum going, and they were on the way, and it seems to have just, for some reason, the board, and then with the Newcastle stuff as well, it seems to have just stopped dead all of a sudden and reverted back.
You've had a number of managers at Stoke where it started well, but then the fans have turned on the manager, and you probably Stoke better know it than any club that only ends one way, doesn't it? If you look at your little Nathan Jones experiment, and to a lesser extent Alex Neil, earlier this season. Is it your belief that once the fans have turned, that is the end for a manager?
Yeah, I think so. When we lost 1-0 against Sheffield Wednesday, Alex Neil's last game, even before the goal went in, the fans were singing, sacked in the morning, and you can't come back from it. Gary Rowett, really, I know he spent 60 million and the football was dire, but he probably had us in a highest position. But he made some comments to the media. The next game, the fans were singing his name to get him out of the club. He was gone. That's it. As soon as the fans turn, not on much. You can't ignore it.
All right then, Jack. In terms of personnel, then against Stoke, what does he do this time?
Well, God knows what Michael Beale will do, to be honest with you. I mean, that's anyone's guess at this stage. I really feel like I'm won a lot, but I can't get if I can't find any good in the situation. But with a bit of luck, he'll start Abdullah because having Pritchard on the wing, he's not on the wing because he was literally on Joe Bellingham's toes because he's not a right winger. So naturally, he was drifting inside. Job needs a rest. He needs to be dropped. He's 18 years old and we're going to run him in the ground if we're playing any more games. So I'd probably drop him, bring Pritchard in, obviously Clark, what would we do about him? Abdullah Bar, and then I'd keep Rooston up top because, again, there's no reason not to. He's working as hard as he's the best option we've got up there. And then obviously the rest will probably be as per usual, nothing too different. But yeah, to some extent, it doesn't really matter because all the momentum is just going to be killed.
I've been looking out for transfer news to discuss with you for Sunderland. Nothing on Twitter. There's nothing on Sky Sports. Nothing on BBC website. Is that because there's nothing happening, or is it because there's nothing significant happening?
There's definitely nothing significant happening. I mean, we had the rumour of Yanam Villa I'm not sure if you remember, he played for us in the 2015-16 season on loan, and we absolutely loved him. We didn't end up signing him back, unfortunately, for whatever reason. He really wanted to come back, and now there's rumours about him. But Michael Beale, as he does, had to ruin everything and say that there's been no discussions and kill all our hope. Obviously, there was the Amad Diallo thing with Middlesbrough, and he shut that down. But I don't think that means he's going to come to Sunderland. There's the odd name flying around. I mean, well, Macaulay Langstaff from Notts County, but again, I just can't see it happening, to be honest. There's nothing. I mean, we're on the 22nd now, 9 days to go. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's weird. I've never known anything like this.
Yeah. There's a few clubs looking like that, though. We were talking to Swansea earlier. They're going, what's happening? People have forgotten it's January. All right, then let's get some score predictions. Before that, then, Jack, I'll give you an ultimatum. Michael Beale or Steve Bruce?
That's a goal. Brucey did all right for us in the Premier League for a while. Like, it did turn a bit sour at the end, but no, I didn't mind Brucey too much at the start. I grew up. That was my first manager I remember, and for a while I enjoyed it. Obviously, it didn't turn out too great, but yeah, it's got to be Brucey.
Be careful what you wish for. Let's get some score predictions, shall we? Sunderland versus Stoke. Jack.
Okay, as you can tell, I have literally zero faith. I honestly think if Lyndon Gooch scores on Saturday for Stoke, we will celebrate it more than the Stoke fans. It's going to be a weird atmosphere, I can imagine. But yeah, I've got no faith. Stoke aren't obviously in the best of form, but Schumacher's coming in. He's a very good coach. I have full belief that he'll be the one to get something out of this team. And I think they're going to beat us on Saturday 2-1 to Stoke. I'll go.
Liam?
Well, us Stoke fans have got an ongoing joke that we're a registered charity since 1863. If a manager needs a result, we are the ones to hand it over to him. So we'll go 1-0 up. The atmosphere will go absolutely toxic. And then somehow one of your forwards who hasn't been able to score all season will score 2 and you'll win 2-1. I can just see it in the stars now.
Oh, God,
so yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 loss.
Right, nice one, fellas. We'll catch you both next week. So it's gone. And if you are a Sunderland fan and want Beale out, or if you are just any fan who just wants to lump on the misery of Sunderland fans, stick it in the comments below. Cheers, Jack. Cheers, Liam. Catch you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.